Welcome back, everybody. We are here for the second match of this fine Saturday evening. Hanwha Life Esports up against SANDBOX Gaming. A couple of teams here that have already shown they are more creative than the others and have some really talented players singularly on their lineup. So really excited to get into this one. I think it could definitely go 3 games. How are you feeling about this one? Looks like your sight has gotten a little bit better since earlier on.
Shades.
Yeah, what happened?
I'm not quite sure.
Oh, the shades are gone.
Yeah. Now I'm looking for Summit in this series. See what I did there?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. That's what's going on here. Okay.
Yeah. Well, you're gonna find him.
I'm looking forward to drafts here because we have Hanwha Life and
Soraka. Yumi, maybe. Tryndamere. Oh yeah. Oh. That draft, I was just loving watching that one, and then I could feel.
And then the game happened.
I could feel the energy from the Twitch chat when they started getting pummeled.
That draft was very akin to. Do you ever go to like the supermarkets and the Korean desserts? It's like artwork, and then you bite into it, and it's like, oh, you know what I'm talking about? Like the
Korean
bakery.
desserts?
Yeah, the bakeries.
Oh yeah. I think I know what you're talking about.
Terrible.
Some of them are okay though. You got to go to some good bakeries.
Point to the match. Oh, that's it.
Point to the match.
There we go.
Oh, LS, you've got the power.
Thank you.
Cutting the losing streak versus stacking it up to 3. There's no turning back.
Well, let's see who ends up coming out victorious, obviously, in regards to that one. Or Unorthodox Hanwha Life even picked Tryndamere. So, it's obviously referencing their unusual draft picks and how they tend to conduct themselves inside of a game. Obviously, the Tryndamere pick did not end up working out that well, as Cube, you know, we'll see what he can muster up here today, as Kesmic Cup runner-up title is fading. Will they add some spice to break through this crisis? And that's an interesting point. I don't think SANDBOX has really been looking that bad, even in games where they have lost. There's just there's definitely some stuff going on, and then obviously Cube versus Summit, and it says battle of the consistent top laners. I don't know how to feel about that one.
You can think what you want to think about it. As Hanwha versus SANDBOX, you can see here, both of them sitting at 1 and 2. SANDBOX a little bit better because they're at a 0 in terms of indicator score as well. See a little bit of an oopsie there. You gotta respect the Soraka, okay?
And this was Goron trying to do some stuff here. And yeah, Cube and Haru eventually end up bringing him down there in the end. Deft jumping onto Haru. This is where he was going overly aggressive for no reason, if you recall.
Yeah. They're showing the highlights here of Cube's Aatrox. Obviously, looked pretty clean there. Deft getting a bit out of position. Not often that you're going to be able to lock down an Ezreal as an Aatrox, of course. As now we're taking a look at some of SANDBOX's highlights.
Yeah. Summit slicing Maelstrom there, able to do quite a lot at the Dragon Pit. Dove making work on that Zoe, as well as Summit eventually coming in there, and Sword didn't have the best of games.
I think Varus is undefeated still, because Mystic did take the win earlier today when he played the Varus in game number 1. Varus currently 3-0. UCal and Root have also picked him up for wins.
Summit Solution here having a really good performance in regards to mechanics, but did end up inting in the later stages of the game, as key player is actually going to be, this is kind of weird because the points of the match said the key player was Cube and Summit, and now we're seeing that the key player is the jungle. So I feel
called him out?
I feel like Riot's trying to let us know what is the superior position.
Oh, Okay.
You know?
Is that jungle?
Better jungle wins, of
Better
course.
jungle wins.
So.
You remember that better top wins
Yeah.
earlier on when, who is that went 0-5? Doran?
Doran, yeah.
Ended up winning the game. Better top wins, by the way.
Haru
Take a look at those
versus on
stats.
fleek. Yeah.
Numbers, I love them.
Haru first in damage percent, kill participation, doing quite a lot. And, you know, I'm looking forward to see if we actually start getting creative jungle picks. Because there's a lot that does exist right now.
You're just looking silly, so I just had to give you a little look.
Looking silly,
what
huh?
kind of... yeah, wow, just a little bit.
I think
so-
bullying is on the TOS.
On sorry.
On Twitch?
Yeah. Well, I was actually just complimenting you, because I like silly people.
Okay.
Yeah, you see? Well, you can see here, guys, the players all ready to enter. There's some smiles on their faces. Joker coming in here once again. And Fate is playing in the mid lane. No Dove here for the side of SANDBOX. Vista will remain as the AD carry here. No sign of Zenit just yet. And those will be your lineups.
And here it is. One more time. We can just look at it. Lahen's Vista. Tempt, Haru, and Cube up there in the top lane. And on the side of SANDBOX, as it is panning over there. Not going to be any stranger. Summit appearing first. This is moving actually a little slow.
Yeah, I think we can speed this up by...
You know, I mean, all right. On fleek, Fate. Root.
And...
Joker. Nice. Great. I really like that
Yeah.
ending that you just did there.
Yeah, thanks. We got there. Joker's playing.
And okay, so Fate gonna be here in the mid lane. Now, I'm curious to see why he would be showing up here today to debut. Hopefully, we can get an answer to that once the draft phase ends up unfolding. And in regards to Fate, Fate's someone, he's been in the Challenger Series Korea for a while. Also played overseas briefly, but for the more recent stats, I mean, you look at Challenger Series Korea, and usually Challenger Series Korea, if you were one of the top mid laners in it, often meant that you would translate to being like a middle bottom-ish, more so bottom of the pack mid laner, but Fate wasn't one of the best mid laners there.
Yeah.
And it was,
You think...
it was on the higher end of the middle of the pack, almost in the high end, and so...
It makes sense he eventually got to LCK. You think Kive's gonna play Shen?
Well...
He's doing a little cosplay of Shen already, so... This could happen.
SANDBOX, I mean, they're banning away Aphelios, they're banning away Olaf as well.
Oh, maybe it was a colleague you wanted to go
Yeah,
for.
Hanwha, because Cube can't play Akali, and so they're actually having to ban away, they're actually having to waste a ban on Akali so consistently on blue side. And it's going to be Jarvan first pick. Now watch SANDBOX do a vacuum counter here with like Rek'Sai and MF, or MF Rek'Sai on R1, R2. I would feel a little bit bad if that ended up happening.
Well.
Oh, it's going to be Xayah. Being hovered. So will we see Xayah Rakan just taking away R1, R2, or will we see Xayah Rek'Sai as a means to potentially either try to steal away a ban in the second phase, or see if Hanwha Life will end up just taking Rakan, so not to give away the combo. You know, I actually like champions like this, by the way, that are, they work better with each other. You know,
Yeah.
The skills get amplified.
Partner
Yeah.
champions.
Yeah, partner champions are really cool. And so rather than just Ezreal and Yumiing it, or Ezreal Karma, they're going to go with the MF Yumi. A little surprising in that regard. Now SANDBOX has option to take jungler here. And so Rek'Sai, yeah, they're yeah.
Good old Lulsai coming in here.
Yeah, also I like that.
Yeah.
That one's
You see,
definitely
because
my
it rhymes
favorite.
with wreck.
I like, wow. You are
200 IQ.
honestly an encyclopedia.
Yeah, I know. I'm just full of this.
You are a wealth.
Now you know what goes on in my head all day long.
Yeah, I can definitely.
It's a little bit of an insight into my world.
Yeah. Oh man. I don't know. I said he's pointing everything at the sky. You're the you're the real. Oh man, you're the real ET.
Oh boy.
Too bright for this world. Ornn gonna be banned away now by SANDBOX, and so they're reserving counterpick most likely for Summit up there in top lane as LeBlanc ends up biting the dust.
I haven't seen too much LeBlanc. Gets banned more than picked, but it is currently 100% win rate, 4-0. So I suppose in certain spots, people just do not want to see that champion.
Now let's see what is going to be the final bans here. Rumble is taken away. So neutralizing top laners are being slowly stripped away from Hanwha Life. And this is, it's making me a little worried because Soraka Yumi is a real possibility for Hanwha Life. And so SANDBOX, they have to acknowledge this. Now, are they going to Orianna on R4? So you have basically two options. You have Orianna, you have Syndra. I mean, I suppose to a lesser extent you have Zoe and Azir and things of that nature. But realistically, Orianna and Syndra are the good R4 champions. Victor, I actually think is the worst of all the stat checks that can go in blind here, especially against Hanwha Life. With the champions that they have. So
yeah,
a little surprising there. You get so much power with the Syndra in mid lane, the priority, combined with the Rek'Sai. Everything just sort of molds together so well. Aatrox now gonna be picked up, and I'm very doubtful that that's mid lane. And so that must mean that we are not going to actually see Soraka. Now, is Hanwha Life just going to pick Orianna?
Okay. Mordekaiser was left available. It is a strong champion currently.
And now SANDBOX, they have to just choose an answer to either Mord or Aatrox. Fiora, even though Aatrox can win it, she's able to beat both. Aurelia, another fantastic pick actually against both of them as well. And so this is going to be Summit's Aurelia.
Yeah. We might see the opposite side of the matchup where the Aurelia actually wins. Unlike earlier tonight.
Yeah. We're not going to, you know what we're going to see? We're going to see the 5-0-5 Aurelia, not the 0-5-0.
Oh, okay. So we're just kind of doing the opposite.
We're just going to do a little bit of the opposite, as this should be a treat. Summit having a very nice counter matchup against Cuvée in top lane. Probably, I mean, I think most people would expect him to completely demolish the top lane, as talked to a lot of Korean players actually in like the last week asking me about casting and what do I think about meta and other stuff like this and yada yada yada. Most people share the opinion that Summit is just a monster in top lane and that he feels extremely oppressive and overwhelming in matchups. So he's really just taken that mantle. It was him and Keen always up in the air for who's first, who's second. And I'm slowly just thinking that it's Summit. Yeah.
Currently, it seems to be Summit. Although, day by day, that evaluation can change. So we're keeping our eye on you, Summit.
Yeah, it's either Summit or Sum In. depending on what kind of mood he's in. So we are about to jump into game number 1, SANDBOX versus Hanwha Life.
Yeah, you mentioned some ints. We also have Joker on this team. One of my favorite parody names is actually Joke R. Especially when he plays a champion that is like really ultimate dependent, and then they just totally whiff the R. It's like perfect. Hopefully we do not see summons or Joke R today, or any of the variants of the many names that the brilliant minds working over at Twitch chat do come up with. Just true galaxy brains over there. Never-ending knowledge. Anyway, we do have a game here. Let's take a look at some runes. I guess it's not pronounced ruins with this kind of rune.
Haloblade's Atrox, or Haloblade's Rek'Sai, I'm sorry, is actually taken with Relentless Hunter for the rune there. Not going to be having Ravenous or anything like that. Stopwatch on Victor, obviously because of the dive potential. Also, he'll be able to use that to get into Zanya's later on. Dematerializer does strike me a bit bizarre. Teleport available for Fate as well. Teleport also on Temp, so having a bit of an honest opening here by everyone. Summit still just sitting in the brush. As, yeah, we get some music here. And that's the best Victor skin, IMO.
Really?
I think so. The Bumblebee Victor.
He kind of looks like a lizard.
He looks like a. I don't know why. I think of like a sarcophagus.
What?
A sarcophagus.
You mean like the things that
Like
the mummies were put in?
Yeah, like the Egyptian pharaohs and.
Okay.
You know.
Yeah.
Just wait till we pan back to it. You'll notice it.
I'm picturing it in my mind. I think I can see it.
Like you said, I think.
I'm not sure. It's very cloudy up there, you know? It's a cloudy day today. You know, it might rain tonight.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have hockey tomorrow. It better not rain.
Well. The team compositions here for SANDBOX: Aurelia, Rek'Sai, Victor, Xayah, and Rakan. Obviously, massive mid-game potential, and then also a lot of late-game insurance inside of the Xayah and the Aurelia. And then depending on how Victor builds, he'll be effective as well. And I mean, Victor, he is going to be good against the Mordekaiser Jarvan and the Atrox in the very later stages of the game, once he has lots of items, has the mobility, all the Hex Core upgrades and whatnot. And can look forward to seeing that unfold as...
You know, it does kind of look like a sarcophagus. Now that you mention it.
Thank you.
Yeah.
I was really nervous that you just weren't seeing that. Summit's going to try to go in here after he stacks everything up.
He's on a ward.
Yeah, on Fleek is on a ward. And Cubey... I don't... Okay, well... Cubey's lane is already lost, which is actually impressive. The lane is pushing away from him. He's also down CS. And I have to wonder... I really wish there was ProView available for LCK. I know that we get the ProView. I know that it's there. I just don't know if...
I think it's through one of the phone providers here. I thought it was SKT.
Well...
But I'm not 100% sure.
It'd be a really good thing to be able to see as on Fleek gonna find Haru. And Cubey trying to take a trade here.
Yeah, a bit of a skirmish. Little one coming in here. And Rek'Sai actually hanging around for a little bit, just trying to see what he can see. Bottom lane with the Yuumi has been a bit oppressive. Vista doing a good job of being aggressive. Something I've seen you talk about a lot in the bot lane is positioning.
Yeah.
Where you want to stand based on what your lane is meant to do against the enemy lane. And I feel like both Vista and Lehends are doing a really good job so far of abusing their power that they have right now.
Cubey should probably just try to look to recall here. I don't know why he would continue to stay inside the lane. And Summit did end up missing one. And he's not going to go for that one, respecting the Aatrox.
It's a long sword.
Yeah, it is. Not literally a long sword, but...
Yeah, no, just an LS, not a LLS.
So Aurelia
okay?
is going to end up just getting all the CS in front of the turret. So 6 CS advantage at the end of it. Lovers Duo fails the recall.
Oh, Joker.
They don't even get the heal out of him, though, unfortunately.
Yeah. Calm, cool, collected. Lane looks pretty good. He's not going to push it back. He's just going to chill out. He's at full health, half mana, no reason to go back just yet. He's feeling comfortable. Although Xayah did go back and pick up a BF sword, so she's going to have a nice little lead until the MF does go back home.
And Summit dancing around the waves right now. Trying to just get his stacks up. Has level 6. Ninja Tabi, though, on the Aatrox as the first item. Phage picked up for Aurelia. And honestly, gonna come in here, leave a zombie ward to take out that control ward that QV ended up placing. Jarvan's going into full tank. Haru gonna move into his left-hand side jungle. We get a bit of a lull state here, Valdez.
Yeah, just a little one here. We're only 7 minutes in. As take a look at the XP so far. QV down on XP up in the top side, although the lanes are even. Something to look forward, or for, rather, in the future here, although Summit wasn't really able to make any level 6 play happen. But the extra level can always help out in terms of advantages in the lane. It seems to be the biggest, well, I say that, and then I look at the bottom lane. It's actually going really well. And, you know, I think part of that was because of the little freeze we had before. You know, just a little one, you know? And already, 20 CS ahead is the MF.
Yeah. And so the bot lane right now, for Vista and Lehen's just doing really good work. Rek'Sai not managing to really achieve anything so far in this game. Temp is going even against Fate, which is a little bit unfortunate. If you are the victor in the earlier stages, you would like to probably get a very small advantage at the very least.
Yeah, just a little one, but it's going even for now. They're going to move over here to the Mountain Drake first. Will be taken out without much of a fight. The bottom lane having priority certainly helps out with that. Just gonna move over, take it relatively early here at 8 seconds. And they were zooming on over. Level 6 right now is Vista to level 5s of Root and Joker. They gotta be careful. Notice this positioning. Every single CS is a fight right now for Root. Nothing is just given for no reason. Really playing that lane very well.
And Summit looking for the trade.
Oh, you see that prediction? Able to land that one and a solo kill.
That's not Doran.
That is not Doran, it's Summit. He comes in and shuts him down just like that. Made it look so easy as well. And that's what they say, the most talented people make their craft look unbelievably easy, when in fact it is incredibly hard. Summit was able to do just that as he takes first blood in this game.
And top lane is just going to get more and more chaotic as this game continues to unfold. So Summit now, he's going to have the wave eventually start coming into him. I do believe there's a mini freeze right now, but I think it's going to unlock as it was only spellcaster minions there. So top lane state is in a nightmare position. And yes, Jarvan has camps coming up on the left-hand side, and I mean, they're up right now, but he's on the right-hand side because I think that they wanted to just try to create a fire somewhere else rather than try to put the one out in top lane. Let's take a look at Summit. Watch the mouse control as well.
잡았다. 이거 웬만하면 잡았다.
Said I got him, I got him.
잡았다.
Yeah. No other description required, really, from Summit. He
Now,
got him, and
I'm
that
not
was
sure
that.
why Summit's spamming. You know, you only have to click once. Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to click 80 times to
Yeah,
go in one
it's-
direction.
honestly.
Unless, God. Where'd you learn that? From StarCraft?
Oh, man.
Don't you know that skills from other games can't translate to the other ones? God,
Well,
thought you were a coach.
by the way, yeah.
Yeah, by the way. Got a little fight over here over the Rift Heralds. Nice little stun onto the Mordekaiser, but it is a Mordekaiser double knockup from Haru. This guy's been playing well recently. Goes into the stopwatch maybe a bit early there, though. As the engage should be good still from Hanwha, but everybody gets away. Summit a bit late to the fight. He does not have his ultimate until just now. So it looks like he didn't really want to open that one up. But either way, he's thinking about it now. Forces that flash right out of Vista, who is not having any of that. He's going in, man. He's feeling it.
Well,
Not sure about this time, though.
I'll just try. Oh, I gotta make sure that's not some in. That's that down.
Maybe he got subbed out mid-game there.
You got subbed out after the solo kill.
He's like, okay, Summit, you did your job. Now it's time for some mans.
Oh,
boy.
man.
Ooh. Well, almost got him. The grip. And at the end of the day, SANDBOX does get away. They used a lot to get away. It wasn't super easy, but the side of Hanwha Life did as well. So a nice trade in the end that Hanwha gets a very slight, very slight advantage.
Yeah.
In SANDBOX, still feeling pretty good.
And so right now, Summit is about 3 minutes away from being able to complete his Trinity Force. As Aatrox just sitting there on the Kindle Gem. We'll see if Cube is going to go straight into Black Cleaver. As we take another look at the replay. Lots of members being pulled over to do this Rift Herald. And it is, we've talked about this so many times, it is not this important of an objective. All things considered, Haru landing a fantastic ultimate. Or, well, fantastic ultimate as well as the EQ knockup.
Yeah.
On Jarvan. Summit did manage to stun.
He stopwatched the feathers. Like, he would have been rooted, but it wasn't going to kill him. So I'm not sure about the stopwatch from Haru, but everything else, obviously, ultra clean and well played. Perhaps he could have died to an Aurelia if he took a lot of damage. It was a lot of feathers. Either way, nobody else dies in this one. Just one kill so far. Slight gold lead here for SANDBOX, about 1,900, something like that. Bottom lane has been going very well ever since Vista picked up that little freeze and made the 20 CS difference happen. Another fight up in the top side. Summit thinking he was in range. He's up a level, but it's not really going to happen. Just more of a big trade at the end of it all.
And right now he's waiting inside of the brush to see if Cuvée makes a mistake by stepping up too far, even though Cuvée does still have the World Ender. Summit gonna back up into yet another brush, and I think he's waiting to see what Aatrox would end up doing. You can see Cuvée cancels the recall. So now Cuvée trying to hard shove in that wave, and we just got ping pong everywhere.
All right, gonna lock down Joker, but a big charm and huge teleport is coming in. Bullet time doing a ton of damage, though, in the Cataclysm. The two of them will go down, but a lot more resources in the end will be used here by SANDBOX. Double teleport to get the one extra kill. Not sure if that's worth it in the end, as Cuvée is getting to work on that top lane turret.
Well,
not doing too much.
Summit did pick up a lot of value right there.
That is true.
He has the Trinity Force Ninja Tab Eye, also gets another longsword. So I'm curious to see if we're going to have the rumored Black Cleaver Trinity Force come out onto Aurelia, or if she will just go immediately into Tiamat. remains yet to be seen. As we take a look at this, and Lehens just gets caught outside of his host. As Summit coming in from behind, that's a really good teleport ward right there in the alcove.
And it ends up working out for them. You mentioned the kills that go the way of Aurelia, but they pick up the dragon and they get that stacking. Kive really wasn't able to get any damage in top, neither was Tempt in mid, so there wasn't really too much traded back from the side of Hanwha Life. Now, Hanwha can make use of this Rift Heralds while the teleports are down and try to get some value here. But let's see exactly what they can do as Zonfleek making his way over to support, makes this a 3-on-3. Looks like this turret should still go down with Tempt especially hovering on over down towards the bottom side. So they take that one down. Nice little win. The Victor also getting the other kill, so no kills were wasted on like a Rakan or anything like that.
Yeah.
A lot of carries that need to scale are picking up the kills, which is really good news for SANDBOX.
And Hanwha Life, they're in a bit of a rough spot. They do have the Mountain Dragon, which is giving them some amplification on their items, but not really a whole bunch. They're also down in base levels in several positions, actually. Mid lane 1 level, top lane 1 level, and I believe on Fleek is going to ding 10 before Haru.
He just did.
Yeah, he just did.
I'd like to see the XP graph if possible. Let's see if I can get that. Let's see if I can summon it.
Okay. As Cuvee with a Phage, okay, he ends up picking up the Black Cleaver, and it is going to be the Tiamat on Summit. So he'll proceed as usual. 2.5 minutes until Ocean Dragon comes up, and honestly, if you're SANDBOX and you already have a gold advantage right now, you're completely fine to just keep coasting. Glide forward at an even gold amount or slightly more than your opponent if you end up winning Scuttle Crabs or something of that nature. And then win the true mid-game team fights that start taking place around 22 minutes or so.
Just moving forward here is Vista. Likes taking big trades with Yumi on his back because the MF quite fast, as well as just having a Yumi to make you zoom is pretty fun at the same time. Getting to work here on Shirley is SANDBOX now. Majority of their players up here towards the top side. Even Summit was nearby. Tempt did have his TP, but it seems like they're not putting any priority on fighting over this objective. So 100 gold, and Shirley will go the way of SANDBOX. See maybe if they can use it in tandem with the Ocean Drake timer. Just a minute and a half, you can try to push it down top or mid and say, hey, are you going to respond to this, or are you going to come fight us at Ocean Drake?
Oh.
They.
Yeah, a bit of damage.
Yeah, he doesn't have any MR right now. Sork boots completed by Fade, plus his completed item, I believe.
So I wonder what this is going to end up meaning. As 50 seconds now until the Ocean Dragon. That was another crashed wave that Cuvee just didn't get. So he is level 12 right now. Also, he has Grasp of the Undying on Aatrox. I guess we did not point that out earlier. That is a bit surprising.
Yeah.
And I do think that Fate is about to... I think he's going to build the fabled Morel and Omicron, which is really impressive when you consider that the enemy already had magic resistances and also picked up a mountain early on, and everyone is pretty far away from having reliable healing.
You remember when I said maybe we'll eventually be replaced by AI with a soundboard?
Yeah.
I think we already have that clip enough, so you don't have to really...
Oh, okay, I don't need to...
Yeah, we have that one recorded.
Okay, I don't need
we
to
have many
add that.
different versions of that one.
Okay. I
So,
was just, you know, I was just trying to make sure, you know.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. more recordings, the better.
And also on Victor, who eventually his ability starts slowing you. There's no reason.
Here we go.
Okay.
Trying to go for the engage. Yuumi bullet time. Where's the Cataclysm? They don't even need it. Summit just disappears. Evaporates in that one. Huge damage from the Chaos Storm, though, as Bait does it there, but Root is going to go down, flashed upon. As Hanwha Life are taking names. Vista is so unbelievably strong right now. Takes them all down. And just like that, a
Baron.
4-for-1. Yeah. It's only Joker. He can't do anything.
Yeah, Joker cannot do anything. Now, Summit is up in 14 seconds. The problem is this damn cat is going to heal everyone up. And so, even if he does teleport in...
If only they had a Morellonomicon. JK.
Okay, here we go.
Comes. Okay. Oh, nice timing there, but the knockup's coming in. Summit trying to go 1v4. Can he do it? No. He got slammed down by Tempt, but he does turn them away from the Baron, which is always something to consider at the end of the day. But that's a couple of deaths now in a row for Summit, not able to pull off the hero move. And by the way, Ocean Drake still on the map.
Ocean Drake's still on the map, and it's likely that Hanwha Life are going to turn their attention to it. Take a look at this. Summit is way too far forward. The approach to this Ocean Drake by SANDBOX really awful. And even though this is a dream area for Victor, he was already on top of by the enemy team, or the enemy team was already on top of him. So not able to utilize the Chaos Storm or the Gravity Field to the full effect that he would ideally want to do in that area.
You want
to go Baron?
고맙다 피실이. 형.
Thank you.
사랑한다. 형 맥 빠져.
I love you.
텔 있어.
And here we are inside the Death Realm.
Ooh, spooky.
It really is.
That was a
I
weird
mean,
noise
it
I made.
honestly doesn't even. Oh, actually, it kind of looks like there's some air pollution here. That's what's going on.
It's weird.
You know.
1-on-1 turns into 2-on-1. This isn't fair. No bullying. Oh, nice flash out of QB though, and we got Yuumi.
Yeah, he's gonna make it out.
Yeah. Nicely done, and they're thinking about turning it around now with MF coming up the river. Stun will land, perfectly done. Oh, denies it. Summit is gonna get engaged upon, trying to go in the back line, but QB will survive once again. Oh, forcing Featherstorm even. Oh, he put him in the Death Realm. Oh, the Zion.
Oh, the timing on that EQ!
Oh, jeez!
Oh, I just actually hurt my throat.
That was amazing. Well done.
Valdez, I don't know how you play-by-plays do it. That felt... Oh,
yeah,
okay, well...
A little bit of DC voice control.
Yeah.
You know, Hanwha Life really playing well. Their team fighting has been really crisp.
They're winning at the team fights over SANDBOX in a world where it shouldn't have really been possible, given how accelerated the Aurelia was and how free everything else was leading up to that Ocean Drake. We take a look at what ends up happening here. Summit getting all of his stacks. They end up knocking up Cube, but Summit doesn't have his ultimate available. Cube ends up making it out, and then Summit goes for the wave. Even though they had vision on what was happening. As Summit, he gets clipped right out of midair.
But then the follow-up is just insane. Yeah, we're going to see the pro view.
Oh, we're in the Death Realm again. This is really weird air pollution. Or, this is resolution and stuff?
Yeah, I think it is, actually.
Oh, he was telling them it's going to end now, it's going to end now?
Yeah.
They were trying to communicate when the Death Realm would end up dissipating.
Man, Aru he's really clean.
Yeah.
Right now. I have to say, this is like almost a flawless game out of him. I don't know how the early game or the farming really wins, but the way he's playing in team fights and the timing on Jarvan, he's really feeling it today.
Yeah.
Enjoying his Jarvan play a lot right now.
And this is one of the problems, by the way. We've entered the state of the game where SANDBOX is behind. And when they're behind, we've seen it time and time again. They refuse to accept that they're behind. They conduct themselves as if they are even or ahead of their opponents. And oftentimes it leads to very messy and bloody team fights that often result in them falling further behind. This Mordekaiser skin's quite nice.
He's got horns, I think.
He does have horns.
I don't think he's supposed to have horns.
Why not?
I don't know.
What if he wanted them?
It is like normal skin. He doesn't have horns, right?
So, that's why it's called a skin, Valdez, honestly. What do you think? People want to...
What if humans could... I don't even know if I want to go into that.
What?
if we had like different skins.
Oh, like
you know
we could
I
have
mean?
like... You mean like clothes?
No.
You mean like hairstyles?
No.
Hair
that's not
dye?
what I mean.
Tattoos? Where are we going with this?
I'm saying like, you know, let's say it were
No,
like...
you know what? You lost it at close and you know it, and
No,
you're
I
trying
didn't,
to
no.
you're trying to dig
This
your
is
way
not
out.
over.
Valdez,
It's not over.
just give up.
I will not accept defeat.
Man.
I feel like there was a... Yeah, you know, like, I don't want to put out... Well, it's been long enough for Game of Thrones. You know, like Arya Stark.
I never watched Game of Thrones.
What? No.
I'm sorry. This is coming
No
from the guy.
way.
This is coming from the guy that doesn't watch Marvel movies
Yeah.
in the 21st century.
Why would you watch
yeah,
those?
saved. What?
And you didn't watch Game of Thrones. That's the only thing I'm going to remember now. It's like everything else just like falls to the wayside.
Yeah,
Although,
hold
just
on.
skip season 8, though. Like, just don't even worry about that. Just pretend it's not in the show. Anyway, Death Realm up in the top side as... Let's see if he can 1v1 him here in the Death Realm. It's not looking good. Knockups come in, and down he goes. Hanwha Life, though, on the rest of the map, trying to get advantages here. They get the Ocean Drake. They're looking for bot tier 2.
Yeah, they're going to end up raising bot tier 2 at the very least. And also, that was a 900 gold shutdown on the Mordekaiser. Victor, against all of the magic resistance, the Mountain Drake, etc., and the HP stack on the enemy team, not really quite sure, but he's going Lichbane instead of Leandri's when all of his abilities slow and deal percentage max HP when he has that item, plus the Madness. As I mean, we're seeing a glimpse at the Death Realm. Aurelia is just a really nice champion, able to bring down Mordekaiser there. And Mordekaiser also doesn't have Leandri's yet. And 3.5 minutes now until the next Ocean Dragon, but there's not an Ocean Soul that's coming up anytime soon.
Wait, I thought... Didn't Hanwha pick up the Ocean? Where'd it go? It was just there. I swear they did it. They had it a minute and a half ago. They did it and they went bot lane. Unless I'm going crazy, the graphic is bugged. But
Is the graphic bugged? I'm not sure.
I don't know. Either way, Summit is not having fun. Whoa, Joker going wide there. Can they actually turn this one around? Tempt trying to bring Summit into his Death Realm as down will go the MF. Trying to turn this one around. Now look at Root in the back line. Nice timing on that Featherstorm. Trying to kite them all, but the knockup is going to be good enough to get him out of the fight. Meanwhile, Fate mostly zoned in this one. Had to just be on the backside. On Blink on a bit. Poked by that long sword once again. As Hanwha Life, another good fight. 1 for 4. MF the only one that goes down.
And the gold lead continues to extend here for Hanwha Life. And this is before major item completions are coming in. Leandri is not yet even on Tempt. Locket of the Iron Solari, not on Jarvan yet. These are huge when you consider how SANDBOX's team fights. As Summit evading a lot of what was actually thrown at him by Hanwha Life, but it just didn't matter. And even though Vista went down very early on into the fight, mostly in part due to Summit and on Fleek, it just really doesn't matter. Victor also does nothing. Every single time you see Victor, he almost is always consistently doing nothing. And so,
wow, what a lazy guy.
yeah, I'm not really quite sure I mean, honestly, if Victor, you know, he always talks about the glorious revolution.
Yeah.
And whatnot. I don't think I'd ever buy hardware from his store. It doesn't seem to really work.
Yeah.
You know?
Agreed. I have no idea what you're talking about.
You have no idea of the lore.
Yeah.
It's fine. No big deal.
Let's see if he buys that Leandry's next. He has a lot of space right now to consider that item.
I have no idea why
he saved
built.
all that space because he built Morellonomicon.
Yeah.
Keep that in mind.
What a great.
Okay, they're trying to burst down Haru here, but he has Stone Plate. Doesn't look like they have enough damage quite yet. And so he will get away. Hatsumi's with the Yumi on his back.
Steric's almost completed for Cube. Also level advantages now on the side of Hanwha Life. 2 in support, 2 in AD carry, and 1 in top lane. As it looks like Hanwha Life, they are keen to start up the Baron. And remember, this is not a 50-50, as Mordekaiser has Death Realm for on fleek. Imagine if Baron was so thick that it was in the Death Realm, too.
So thick, okay. They're gonna turn it down here. Oh, he pulled him out of the bullet time. That was really unfortunate. It looks like they'll get Summit anyway, but I think they could have had Joker on top of it. Oh, nice flash out of Haru. We're gonna be forced up into that Feather Storm, and with so many feathers out, they are going to be tentatively not going into that jungle. So at the end of the day, they do just get Summit once again. Ocean Drake is alive. They'll look to stack that up, as we all know Ocean Soul. It's kind of good, fellas.
Yeah. It definitely is. They're going to get that one. That'll bring them really close. One more dragon will absolutely seal the fate.
Watch this.
For SANDBOX. Yeah.
Pulled them both out of the Cataclysm. Oh, Tim.
Ripped him right through a wall.
Yeah.
Penn and Teller, they don't know how he did that.
Imagine how much PTSD Joker Rakan has after being ripped through that wall and surviving.
Well, Bloodthirster almost complete on MF. Locket completed on the Jarvan. It is so easy for them to just face roll through SANDBOX now because of the nature of their team composition. And even though the Aurelia is really strong, she's just so far behind right now the enemy team comp, and also even Root.
Tempt is level 18 right now. First to hit 18, he's just chilling there. He's waiting for his moments, as they're going to look to engage, actually. Haru, no flash here. Rakan engages alone. Tempt is over here one-on-one with Fate, and Rakan will die by himself. Not sure about that one, but Tempt kind of all alone now that the Death Realm is over. Cataclysm a bit alone as well, but bullet time is going to be good. No Featherstorm was available. Just coming off cooldown now, but watch Summit. He's alive finally in a team fight to do something. Can he actually make it happen? The knockup from Monfleek is good enough, and Summit has his GA. Will they be able to take down this monster that is Cuvée with a cat on a book? 3v2. Not sure they can do it. Looks like they will. They take out the Aatrox. Down will go Yuumi. And the double kill will go the way of the victor at the end of it all, as they turn their sights on the Baron.
And that's a massive victory for SANDBOX. They fought themselves out of a hole. They're going to reward themselves now with Baron as well. Take a look at how this all transpires. Joker goes in onto Vista and acts as a great distraction. Summit with a nice multi-man stun, and this left Tempt, who is so important to the team comp on an island, only to be brought down. And Root went down, but it came at a cost. It meant that Cuvée was the only one left to protect Misfortune from the Aurelia. And when Misfortune ended up going down, and also without the Mordekaiser, the Aurelia will reign supreme. And so Cuvée and his cat try as they might. Also a little bit overeager there on the leap forward. And so
yeah,
coming back into live SANDBOX now. with the gold advantage. Absolutely massive advantage, by the way. Looks like we got about 70 gold lead here for SANDBOX. So if you're talking about stonks, then yeah.
I love stonks.
Yeah, dude.
They're going up. Just look at my chart. It's right here.
Oh,
Might get a chart of that actually soon.
True.
So Fate went back. He purchased a Void Staff, so lots of penetration. No Leandries yet, though.
And it's so bewildering. It is really so bewildering.
What does Leandries do again?
Leandries, it's really cool. When damaging an enemy, you gain up to 10% increased damage once you fully stack out Madness.
Okay.
So if your laser is shooting for 400, it's suddenly 440. That's the way that works. Yeah, that's really strange.
Whoa.
Then it gives you HP, gives you actually quite a bit of HP, and also gives you 75 AP, and then it burns the opponent for 4.5% of their max health.
Whoa.
And if they're slowed, which Victor's abilities do, increases that burn to 7.5%. So Victor inside of a team fight can apply this to multiple people consistently over and over. But
there's also a lot of guys that have high health on the side of Hanwha Life.
Well,
Kive, Haru, Tempt, all building relatively tanky.
Valdez, Fate's allergic.
It does seem that way. As here we go, looking for that engage again, but the counter coming in from Joker. Tempt in the front here. Watch somebody misses his ult and no more GA. He gets burst down. The bullet time though, not too effective. Conflict though, all alone, is going to be knocked down out of his GA. And the rest of them can't follow. Look at the three guys that are just zoned on the left side, sheepishly backing after taking down the inhibitor. Not able to do too much there, and now we'll take a look. Ocean Drake, 15 seconds, but Summit and On Fleet dead for more than that.
And it's another example of SANDBOX being completely out of position at the wrong time in the game, overvaluing the top lane inhibitor and just the push in general. They're going to lose a Guardian Angel. They're going to lose the Ocean Soul, as we see in the live camera, bottom left. That's really probably all she wrote. It takes effort to die with this dragon.
It does. It really does.
This is like, you know Groundhog Day?
Yeah.
Or not Groundhog, the Happy Death Day. It's like Groundhog Day. You ever watch
I was
that?
so excited because you said a movie that I had actually seen.
I was testing you.
Not Happy Death Day.
Okay, Happy Death Day is like Groundhog Day, except the girl dies every single day, and she has to figure out how to stop it.
Ah.
So, Hanwha Life's kind of like that. You can try to die, but you really can't.
Ah.
You know what I mean?
I see. Because you're just going to be reborn the next day. To die again.
See, now you're taking it too literal.
Uh-oh.
This is really strange. Valdez, you killed me. Okay.
Okay.
Honestly, you might need to take on the mantle of Weird Champ.
No. There's only one weird champ. There can't be more than one. That's absolutely... That is a crown to be worn by only one person.
All right. In this game, I mean, the gold lead, absolutely gigantic. This is honestly a Mount Everest level gold lead here. It seems to be about 50 for Hanwha Life Esports.
Well, let's see after the wave. Maybe we can do a little bit of calculation here.
Yeah, now that's 59 more than one. So I just wanted to let you know that.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty close.
It means absolutely nothing here at 40 minutes.
Yeah.
And the next team fight that ends up unfolding, there is... Now, interestingly enough, the book which we always denied will come in handy against the Ocean Soul.
Well, I'm just glad he got it 20 minutes ahead of that. He was preparing for the eventual Ocean Soul.
And this is why Duralon's Latitude places you here on the desk with me and not down there on the stage with them. If only you two could be omnipotent.
Uh-oh.
What?
Okay, they got it. No, I was like, and then he autoed it, so I said, oh. Well, nothing really, no fights breaking out here.
Well,
lots of turrets down on both sides. And you'll notice they did this again up in the top side where they pushed out the wave pretty far. And basically they denied the super minion from killing their own minions for quite a while. It will continue now that they've stopped pushing it out. So you'll get that advantage you were talking about earlier on. Death Cap is going to be the final item here for Victor. So he is now full build at 40 minutes.
And, I mean, everyone in this game is just so big and tanky right now, as Haru does end up losing a bit of life, but Yuumi gonna heal that right back up, no big deal. Before quickly going back over to Vista. And this is only game one here, Valdez.
Yeah, we have a real night, a League of Legends tonight. Both these teams, this is why I was kind of looking forward to this matchup. They seem pretty evenly matched. Not only in the standings, both at 1 and 2, just in the way that they play. Trying to catch up now is the zoomed Cube. Oh, it's going wide. Bullet time will be denied. Vista trying to kite back and will be able to.
Do not die.
Look at the flank up on the top side. The two of them able to get on in there. Victor will go down in this very messy fight. He has no protection.
Look at the heals.
1 by 1. The dominoes fall. The teleports come in. They say, we're not even going mid lane, Joker. So joke's on you. Looks like Hanwha Life pushing in and should be able to end it. Oh, boy. Look at the Rakan trying to do damage. GG. Hanwha Life taking game number 1. Lens doesn't even have a smile on his face. It's just like par for the course for this guy.
Oh, man.
Oh, boy.
Yuumi. Oh, dude. I have no idea what to say about that.
That was just the icing on the cake of one great game of League of Legends. LS, deep in thoughts.
Thinking to give MVP to Haru or to give it to Tempt on Mordekaiser.
Well, I already voted for someone, so you can make your decision. You know what? Why don't you just write Chovy up there at the top?
Can I?
No, you can't. There you go. All right. We got our votes in. As we'll take another look at this last team fight. It was very broken up and a bit messy.
And you can just see the healing is just way too much in this. Okay, well, Fate. It was like an EMP shockwave to that Victor suit.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Tony Stark, what happened?
As fate would have it, he's not a fan of MF.
No, he's not.
No.
Not a very big fan. And SANDBOX, they really threw away this game. And it all started at the Ocean Dragon.
Look at that Grand Canyon there.
Yeah.
From 35-ish minutes to 39 minutes. Or I guess it's a little bit more than that. 34 to 40, we'll say. It's about 6 minutes where they were pulling back the game.
And now, the other thing is Hanwha Life is going to be on red side. And that's where, when you draft like this, you're really going to be able to potentially shine against your opponent. And now Summit's going to be I'm probably going to have Summit on Aatrox, I guess. Which means we maybe get Soraka.
Yeah, could happen. You know, Hanwha Life on red side is always a treat to watch because they always bring out the weird and crazy wonky picks, as we did see the last time. We will see what happens in Game 2 after this break. We'll see you then.
이래 위치.
보자. 기다려.
이래 위치.
천천히 봐.
랩사이드. 우리가 이럴 돌아야 돼서 이쪽 안 줘. 나 이거 밑에 좀 내려가도 되냐?
맞아.
아,
털어줘.
봐대.
천천히 봐. 자, 보자. 천천히 보자. 천천히 보자.
아프다. 나 나오자.
맞을게.
밑에 로플. 밑에 로플. 땡 가자.
자야 공 없을 거야.
이거 빼면서. 가자. 랩사이드 잡았어.
자, 잡아줘. 자, 잡았고.
랩사이드 잡았어. 랩사이드 게임 끝내.
이거 라인.
야, 아니, 바텀 탈게. 가자. 끝났어.
이거 내가 탱 해줄게 이거.
바텀 갈게.
바텀으로. 오케이, 바텀 갈게.
나이스, 우리 팀. 아, 미안하다. 미안하다. 미안해.
잘했다 비시리스.
나이스.
전 뚱땡인데요?
나.